Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to work on this Peyote 3D square, and once we learn how to make the square, we're going to use this beautiful ribbon from the most recent dollar bead box and some of the beads from the bead box to make this really pretty wrap bracelet. So I've just made some beaded beads here, which we'll do, and we'll make these little dangles, but we're going to learn how to do the square first, and then after we'll put it all together and make this bracelet. This is what it looks like. It's really pretty. I love these ribbons. I'm having a lot of fun with these ribbons. So I'm going to actually do the actual square in beads that are, highly contrasted. So you'll be able to see what I'm doing because I really want to teach you how to do this. But when I get to making, here's another one. When I get to actually making the bracelet, I'm going to be using all these components here. So what I'll do is I'll put the colors to this one and the colors to this one in the description box below the video, so that if you want to make either one of these, you can. All right, so come on back. I'll clear the decks, come on back, and we'll get a materials list started. See you in a minute. So it looks like a lot of materials, but it really isn't. So I'm gonna separate the materials into the square. So we're gonna do, for the square, you just need 2 color Delicas. And as I said, I'm going to put the colors for this one and this one in the description box below the video. So I just picked 2 contrasting colors here so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so that's going to be for our peyote square. And for the bracelet, you're going to need this ribbon. And here's the ribbon from the dollar bead box. I totally love this color. This is so gorgeous. This is right up my alley. And I didn't have another one of these, and I happen to have a supply of ribbons of my own as well, so I picked this super bright Cobalt, which I thought was so pretty as well. So you need the ribbon. You'll need to make this little beaded bead that we're going to put on the edges. You'll need some 11-0 seed beads, some 15-0 seed beads, and you'll need a number of 3mm fire polished beads. And I just picked a bunch from this month's bead box, and I think there's some. This one is from I think it's last month's bead box, or a previous bead box anyway. So that's what you're going to need for the beaded bead. And then for the dangles, you'll need the head pins from the bead box, this November's bead box, and a number of beads that you want to use as charms, as dangles for it. So here I've used this gorgeous blue bead, and you can use any of them really. And then you'll need some 12mm jump rings to attach them to the bracelet. For the square, I'm going to use 6-pound Fireline and a size 11 beading needle, have a little stop bead. And then for the beaded bead, I'm going to switch to Wildfire or an 8-pound Fireline because you want a little thicker thread to make the bead. And for the dangles, you'll just need your toolkit, so your flat nose, your round nose, and your chain nose, if you have it. All right, so there you go. That's everything you're going to need. Always check down in the description box below the video because I'll put links to where I purchased all my materials if I have them. So if you want to know where, from the thread to the needles to the beads to everything. Well, of course, this is from the bead box, but all the other beads as well. I'll even, I'll link the dollar bead box as well. So always check down there. I often put some things down there that I've forgotten or things, that I want to add. So please check below. Lots of good information down there. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. So before we get started, I just wanted to share with you that we're going to make this size square today. But you can make them smaller or wider here, narrower here. It all depends on how many beads you put on for your main color. And this is the contrasting corner color. So you're always going to put an odd number here, but it can be 5, it could be 7, it could be 9, as long as it's an odd number. And then as the rows or the rounds grow, you can make them longer and longer, which will make a wider wider square. And you can, if you put on a smaller number of beads this way, you're going to have a smaller opening. All right, so you can play with those numbers. Always have to be an odd number here and the 2 corner beads on each side. All right, so we're going to play with this one. So thread your needle with about 6 feet of Fireline, put on a stop bead, and leave just enough tail to just sew in and clip off. So what you're going to put on your needle and drop down to your stop bead, it's going to be 7 of your main color and 2 of your corner. Do that 4 times. 7 main, 2 corner, 7 main, 2 corner, 7 main, and 2 corner. That's what you're going to put on. So go ahead and do that. Drop those down. Then we're going to make a circle. Just pull my stop bead down a touch. Come around. So through the first 7 and then 2 more. So your first 7 main colors and the first 2 of your contrasting corner color. Just like that. This is what you have. I'm going to pull in super tight. Now we're going to do a little peyote. Pick up a bead of your main color. You're coming out of the black bead. Skip the next silver bead. Come through the next silver bead. Just like that. And pull it and make sure that those beads sit on top of each other. Pick up a silver. Coming out of here. Skip this one. Come through the next one. It's like that. A little tug so it pops into place. You don't want this too tight this first round, but you do want to make sure they pop into place. Coming out of this one, skip this one, through the next one. So you really do have to have a little knowledge of peyote here, at least flat peyote, you know, at least you've done some, so that this won't be frustrating. Coming out of here, skip this one, put the first black one, just like that. Now pick up 2 corner beads, the black bead. Coming out of this one, just come through the next one. So you pop those 2 corner beads on. It's our first corner of our square. Now pick up a silver, skip the next one, come through the next silver. Oh, it's kind of a skinny one. Pick up a silver, skip this one, come through the next one. Pick up a silver, skip this one, come through this one, pick up a silver, skip this one, come through the next black one, just like that. Now you're going to put on your 2 corner beads, pick up 2 black, coming out of this one, come through this one. If it twists around, just make sure you straighten it out. You want to make sure that's a nice little herringbone, beads sitting next to each other. So then you just want to keep doing peyote all the way around, put on your next 2, and then meet me a few beads before the end, like in the center here, and then we'll step up together. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so we're coming down here, so I'm at a silver bead. I'm going to skip a silver, throw a silver, just like that. Pick up a silver, skip this one. I'm going to come through the black, just like that. Then I'm going to take my 2 black beads. I'm going to come through the other black. So here we're going to step up. Let me get close here. So we're coming out of this one, come through the black one, just like that, and then the one on the diagonal, that sticking out bead at the top. See that? All right, so when I do that, it's going to put on the 2 beads, and make sure that they're not twisted. just like that. And now I'm stepped up and I'm ready to put more beads on. And you can see right now, see we have a nice square going. All right, so now we're just going to peyote around again. We're going to pick up a main color bead and we're going to peyote through every sticking out bead. So pick up this one, come through this one, pick another one, come through the other one, next one, pick up a bead, come through this one, pick up a main color, come through the black one, pick up 2 blacks, so every corner you're going to put 2. Coming out of this black, go through this black, straighten them out, and then you're just going to continue to peyote through every sticking out bead, just like that. So do that, come all the way around, and then, you know, meet me maybe here, you know, somewhere around there, and we'll finish the end together. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so I've come around, and we'll finish the rest together. I'm just still doing my peyote. Come up through the black, pick up 2 black, come through the next black, pick up a silver, okay, and then we're going to come through the next silver and then the one on the diagonal right there. See that? Just step us up. So here you go. This is what we have. All right, so now we're just going to continue on doing rows until we have 5 of these corner beads. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 now. So you want to do 2 more rounds until you have 5 of these corner beads coming up this way. All right, so get that done, and then we will start on the second square. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so I'm coming down to the end, so I thought I'd finish the rest with you. So I've put on my last corner piece, so then I'm just going to come around so I can step up and, you know, fill in the rest of my beads here. Okay, so I'm coming down to my step up. So coming out of here, I'm going to come through this one, the one on the diagonal, just like that. Now I have my first square done. All right, so now what we want to do, so coming out of here, we just want to get our needle over to this bead right here, because what we're going to do is we're going to start the second square here. So we're going to build it up from here. So you want to be over here. You want your thread coming out in this direction. So to do that, let me pull in a little bit. Coming out of here, I'm just going to needle my way over. Just make sure you're not showing any thread. So you want to do it on the diagonal here, like that. I'm going to come up through this one and this one. That's going to place me where I want to be. Just like that. See that? So now I'm coming out of this silver bead right there. Now we're just going to place sort of a base row. So pick up 2 of your corner beads and just pop over to the silver one on the other side of those corner beads. Just like that. I'm just going to turn my square. That's going to place 2 beads right in that corner. So we're just going to be building up from there. Okay, so you have the 2 beads on. Now you just want to peyote through all the sticking out beads. So I'm coming out of the silver one. I'm going to come through a silver. And these will, you know, you'll have to play with these to get them. You want them to stand up as best you can. and they'll sort of stand up as you go along. So pick up a silver, come through the next silver, just going through all the sticking out beads right now till we get to the next corner. Pick up a silver, see, and you can come through this bead, so that's going to set us up to put the next corner on. Let me pop that one on. Just like that. I'm just going to turn my square a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm bending it out a little bit so you can see. I'm going to pick up 2 blacks, and I'm just going to I'm coming out of this silver, I'm just going to come over to the other side, to this one, to put that next corner on. Just like that. And then I'm going to peyote through again. The silver. So I'm coming out of the silver, I'm going to go through the silver. Just like that. Okay, and if I turn it this way, you see how it's starting, we're going to start building upward here. So do that, so peyote to the end, put on your next 2 blacks, peyote to the end, put on the next 2 blacks, and then meet me about here and we'll finish and step up to the next round. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so I'm coming around and I'm going to put on, so I've put on my 1 silver here, I'm going to put on another one, just like that. And then I'm going to pick up a silver, and I'm going to bend this over a little bit, and I'm going to come through the silver, this silver, right here, and then I'm going to step up through the first black one, just like that. Okay. So now I'm ready to put on some more beads. So I'm coming out of a black. I'm going to pick up the 2 blacks. I'm going to come through the next black one. So that's my second row of my corner. See how that's sitting up? That's exactly how it should look. Then I'm going to pick up a silver. I'm going to go through the next silver. And I'm bending mine around a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so then I'm going to go through each sticking out bead. Just like that. And then I'm just going to come all the way around. All right, so then, come through, peyote through each bead, put 2 on in the corner, peyote, 2 in the corner, peyote, 2 in the corner, and then meet me around here, and then we'll do the end together again. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so my last couple of stitches before I'm going to step up. So here I'm putting on my peyote, and I'm going to take my silver. Okay, and now I have to step up in the black beads, so for you to see them, oh, that's good. Okay, so you're coming out of this silver. You want to come up the first black one, and then the second one, just like that. See that? And that's going to step you up to the top so you can add more beads on. So now if I hold it this way, you see how we're getting dimensional? We're getting this, starting to build upwards. So we're building the next one up, and then it's going to be connected at the top. So you're coming out of a black bead. I'll put my thumbnail under it, see that? So we're going to pick up 2 blacks. I'm going to go through the next black. Just straighten them out, like that. And then we're just going to peyote again. Just pick one, come through the next silver, and then do that around again. So you're going to peyote to the black, put on 2 black, peyote to the black, put on 2 black, peyote to the black, put on 2 black, and then meet me back around here. Actually, you don't even need to meet me back here. I think you're getting pretty good at this. So you want to make sure, you want to put on 5 rows here too. So you're going to make sure you have this corner has the same amount of beads as this corner. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now we're working on number 3. So then get 3 done, do 4 and 5, and then meet me back here, and we'll continue on one more round, and then we can sew it together. All right, see you. I'm just back for a second because I just want to make sure you're stepping up properly. I know you are. I just, I just worry. All right, so we're coming out of the silver, and then when you get to this next round, you're going to step up the 2 blacks, right? So here, so that your step up is right there. So then when I pull it through, I'm ready to put more beads on. All right, just checking. All right, see. Okay, we're back. So I've gotten both my squares to the same size. So just make sure you do that, because when you're a beginner, the tendency can be to maybe add an extra round on one side or an extra row. So you want to count your beads just to make sure that they're both the same size at the moment. So we have 5 this way, so 5 black or whatever your corner bead is, and then you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticking out beads. You should have 7 on each side. Okay? Just, just a little heads up, just in case. I mean, I'm sure you won't, but I try to think of things that might, cause a problem. All right, so I'm just going to pull in a little teeny bit. I'm going to use this green bead to contrast so you can see what I'm doing, but you will be using your corner bead and your main bead. So just pick up one bead. You're coming out of the black one in the corner. So we're going to end the corner by just putting one bead there. Just like that. Oops. And then we're going to peyote around all the sides, putting one bead in every corner. So I'll just do a few, and then I'll just send you off to finish up. Just like that. So we're making one side now 1 round longer, so that we can zip up the 2 sides and you won't see you won't see any seams. Okay, so go all the way around. And when you get to each corner, just put one bead there to end the corner. But remember, you're using your black or whatever your corner beads and your body beads. All right, so get that done and then meet me back here and we'll sew it up. Okay, we're back and I have my last round on. So the front face is going to be 1 round larger, see that? Wider than the back one. So now we're going to zip it up. So I left my last bead off. So here I'm going to put my last one on. So I'm going to come through the black one. And then I'm going to come through the point bead. Kind of step me up there. So now we're coming out of this point. All right, so I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm going to pull in just a teeny bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew this up. So I'm coming out of this point bead here. We're going to just sew all the sticking out beads together, but we're going to do it sort of on the diagonal, so we zip it up. Coming out of this one, come through this one, the black one in the back, or the sticking out bead in the back, just like that, and then come through the sticking out bead in the front. So you'll just determine which is the front, which bead is the sticking out bead in the front, which is the back, which is pretty easy because they're really sticking out, so you can do this. So here these 2 are sewn together. So then we're going to go through this one, always going in this direction. Going to go through the back sticking out bead, and then the front sticking out bead. See how when I pull it together, it's zipping up, back bead, front bead. Back sticking out bead, front sticking out bead. And you can actually, if you pull this way, you pull the direction the thread is going, you can hear it kind of click into place. Front sticking out bead. Back, front. Back. Just kind of give it a little pull. Front. Back. I went through this one, let me get back here. I just got caught on my bead here. Here we go. Okay, so then I'm coming out of the back one. front. I'm going to pull that way, back. I'm going to pull this way, front. So remember, you're always going in this direction. Then I'm going to go through the back, black one on the back. I'm going to come through the point on the front, just like that. And then we're going to come through the black one on the back, just like that. And then we're going to do it again. Front bead. Back bead. So all the sticking out beads. Front bead. Back bead. Okay, front bead. I'm going to let you go off on your own, just like that. So see how that zips it up? Just like that. So just keep doing that all the way around. So just, and you know, sometimes getting the zip up is a, you know, it just takes a little bit of time. I mean, I probably did it, you know, a dozen times when I was first learning how to do this. And I don't do these shapes very often. I still mess them up. So just keep going around and just make sure do the front, back. And you'll see it when you look at it, when you look close at it, you'll see, what the sticking out beads are. All right, so there you go. So finish up and then meet me back here and we'll look at our squares. All right, see you in a few. We're back and I just wanted to, I'm done with it, but I just wanted to give a quick sew in. So I'm coming out of the corner bead and, just come through the black one in the back, come through this one. And then you're just gonna sew your thread in. So just come on the diagonal through. And it's so tight that I don't think the thread's going to come out, but you never know. So just sew, ouch, on the diagonal. And then when, keep coming down, we're coming down a little bit more. Just want you to sew this, get this thread in. And then when you can get to a point where you can, where you feel that it's nice and tight. I mean, it's already tight. Here, I'll come down one more. Then just go in the opposite direction here. So I'm coming out of this one right there. I'm just going to go in the opposite direction. It's going to lock it in place. And then you can go back again in this way, in the opposite direction. So you kind of, you're sewing around a few beads just to make it, just to end your thread off. Then I'm going to burn my thread off. Let's take a look at our squares. All right, so we are done with this part of the tutorial. Here it is. I'll give it you can give it a little squeeze to get it sort of roundish. Here it is. Very cool. So here I've got a whole bunch of squares going on. So practice, practice, practice if you haven't done this. My first one was a bit wonky. Like I said, I haven't done these in a long time. It's not something I do a lot of, although it's awfully fun. So they get better and better even as you just make them, even if you're experienced at making them. So here you go. There are your squares. This is the end of the tutorial part of the video. So come on back if you want to play with your with the cords. So here we're going to do this. We're going to use the blue cord and we're going to use this piece. We're going to make the beaded beads, we're going to make the dangles, we're going to wrap the bracelet, and we'll have a nice bracelet at the end of this. All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're back. So let's make this beaded bead, and this is the bigger one. And I have a video for these beaded beads. I think it's called the Interlace Beaded Bail, but I'll check it out and I'll put a link up in the corner here, and I'll put a link in the description box below the video. But I'm going to make another one because I want them to be, as I was saying, a little bit stronger. And these are really, really strong. So a couple of feet of Fireline, stop bead, pick up 4 11-ohs. So I have my 11-ohs here. I have my 3 millimeter fire polish beads. This is that blue nebulous luster, so pretty. And then I've got some 15-ohs here. And I just switched. I originally had copper Charlottes, but I really wanted to use the 15-0s. It's just a little bit easier to get the needle through. So 4 seed beads. I'll pull in a little. Drop those down to your stop bead, just like that. Come up the first bead after your stop bead. A little right angle weave unit. Pick up a 3mm and 4 of the 11-0s. Just like that. Drop those down. Come up the first 11-0 past the 3mm, just like that. You can use pearls, you can use anything. Get that right. There we go. Pull it down to your other bead, just like that. Come down the side bead and the bottom bead of this unit, just like that. And I'm going to pull my 11-0s over here. Pick up 3 11-0s. You're coming out of here, this side of this bottom bead, just come around to make another unit, just like that. Pick up a 3mm, come through the bottom seed bead of the next unit. Just like that. And you want to be pulling pretty snug on this. I want this to be a tight bead, but yet I want it to have a nice big opening so we can get the ribbon through. Pick up 3 11-0s, coming out of this side of the bottom seed bead of that unit, come around, make another unit, just like that. Looks wonky right now, but it straightens out as it grows. Come through the side bead and the bottom bead of that unit. Pick up 3 11-0s, coming out of here, come around, just like that. Pick up a 3mm, come through the bottom seed bead of the next unit, just like that. Pick up 3 11-0s, coming out of here, come around, oops, coming out of here, come around, make another unit, come through the side seed bead and the bottom seed bead, just like that. Pick up a 3mm, oops, pick up 3 11-0s, come on through, coming out of here, come through the other side, make another unit, pick up 3mm, come through the bottom seed bead of the next unit, just like that. Pick up 3 11-0s, coming out of here, come around, see it's starting to straighten out, come through the side seed bead and the bottom seed bead, just like that. So now we have 4 beads on. So put on, do this until you have 7 of the 3mm on. And then meet me back here and we'll continue. Okay, I've got my 7 beads on. And now I'm not going to add another unit. I'm just going to add one more bead, one more 3mm. So no more seed beads, just a 3mm. You're coming out of this bead. I don't know, maybe we were in this direction. Coming out of this bead, just come through that one. That ends it off, okay? So now you want to reinforce this. We want this tight. So come through this one. Come through the 11-0, the 3mm, and the 11-0 on the other side. Just like that. See how that tightens it up? Come through this one. Come down these 3 again. The 11-0, the 3mm, and the 11-0. Just like that. Come through this one. Come through the 11-0, the 3mm, and the 11-0. Come across. So I'm just going to reinforce this whole thing. And as I do this, I'm going to pull pretty tight. And if you notice, it should start to curve a little bit. See, as I pull it. So come all the way down and till you get to the end, and then take this stop bead off and sew your thread in, because you want both ends pretty tight. And then meet me back here and we'll sew it together. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. So I'm done with the piece. And now we're going to sew it together. So I took off the stop bead and I sewed in the other thread, and now here's the thread that's on my needle. So I'm going to take, I have a size 10 or a 6mm, a 6/0 knitting needle here, so you can see where I'm sewing. And it's really helpful to have if you have a knitting needle or a dowel or such. You can use it if you have a thin pencil. So we're going to sew these two ends together. So here's my thread is still attached here. Pick up an 11-0. You're coming out of this 11-0 right here. Come through this one. On the other side, just like that. Pick up another 11-0. Come back through the original 11-0 on the other side that your thread was coming out of. Just like that. And see how that makes a right angle weave unit on the end. Let me just move my knitting needle down a little. Then come back up the side bead. Just like that. And then here's the top bead, and I want you to go through the top bead, the 3mm, and the next 11-0. Just like that. Just going to move this. And that puts that end on and sets us up to do this side. Pick up an 11-0. Through this guy. Pick up another 11-0. Come through this one. Just like that. Come back through the side bead, and then across everybody again. So the 11-0, and at this point you probably could take it off your needle. So come through the 11-0, the 3mm, and the 11-0, just like that. Actually, it's still floppy at the moment, so maybe you just want to leave it on the needle or your pencil or whatever for the moment, right? Now, we're going to use our 15-0s. We're not going to keep it on this. I want you to tighten this thing up, which means you're going to pull it together with these 15-0s. But I'm just going to get the first couple on the needle. So I'm coming out of this 11-0 right here on the other side of the 3mm. I'm just going to put my needle through the next 11-0 just to put me in position to put these beads on. So pick up a 15-0. So I'm coming out of here. Pick up a 15-0. Go through the next one. Pick up a 15-0. Go through the next one. We're going to pull this really tight in a little bit. Pick up a 15-0. Excuse me. Go through the next one. Pick up the 15-0. Go through the next one. So I'm just sort of placing them at the moment, but we're going to pull. Next one. Pick up a 15-0. The next one, so you can do this all the way around. Here's the last one. I'm going to come through that one on a 15-0. Then I'm going to take it off. I'm going to pull really tight so that pulls it in. So just pull, 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 and then go through all your beads again. Just going through the 11-0s and the 15-0s. Just like that. Going around. You want to try, you really want to use some tension on this. Get it nice and tight. Come all the way around. You know, because it's hard to get a beaded bead tight when you have such a large hole. See that large hole? So we're kind of making this tight by reinforcing a couple of times. So do that a couple of times, and then you're coming out, you want to be coming out of an 11-0 right here. Oh, that's not too dark. That is kind of dark, isn't it? Come across this 11-0, the 3mm and the 11-0. Just like that. And my hands are a little slippery. Just like that. Oops. So now I'm coming out of the other side. Here's the 11-0 that I'm coming out of right here. I'm just going to advance up one. And then I'm going to add a 15-0 in between each 11-0 like I did on the other side. So do that and meet me back here, and you'll have your bead. And you could actually even make another one because you'll need two to put on the ends. All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're back, and here are my beaded beads, and they came out great. So they're nice and they're firm enough, and they're not going to collapse. So we'll put these aside, get those ready to add to our bracelet. And let's just do a few of these little dangles. So grab your tools. I'm taking the head pin. I'm going to put on an 11-0. Let's see. Yeah, let's use this guy. This is from the box. An 11-0. This big beautiful bead. Love that bead. Okay. Then I'm just going to bend it over like that. And I'm going to make a loop. So I'm going to grab the end, and I'm just going to come around just like that. And these are really strong head pins. So there I've got one. Let's do another one. So I'll take an 11-0, this little, the 3mm fire polish bead, an 11-0. Maybe I'll take the blue fire polish and another 11-0. Let's see, maybe we can even fit one more. Then another fire polish and 11-0. Yeah, I think we can get a loop out of that. I don't know, it might be small, but we'll see. Bend it over. Give it a twist around. Ah, we got a loop. Okay, make a loop out of it. That's kind of a long, skinny drop. Okay, let's do one more. We'll take an 11-0. I'm going to use this cute little rondelle. I love these little rondelles. This is a 2x3mm rondelle. 11-0. A little, this is a little, I think it's a 4mm bicone. Maybe we'll pop another 11-0 on. Bend it over. This one I might trim a little bit. I think a loop should be around 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to trim that off. Then I'm just going to grab the end, just like that. And I'm going to bring it around. Make a loop. And we have another one. All right, so that's good. I think we'll stop there. You can just keep going. Just grab any beads that you love, and just you know, make a bunch of dangles. All right, so get that done. Meet me back here, and we're going to put the bracelet together. All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're almost there. All right, here's my ribbon. I have my little bent nose pliers, bent chain nose. I don't know, whatever you call it. I have my beaded beads. I took a 12mm jump ring and I opened it. Oh, and I'll need my tools again. And I just put it through the charms, so I have those already ready. I have two of them here. I don't know if I'll use both, but like that. And let me grab my other tools, just so I have them. Oops. That's a nice zipper of my tools. Okay, so I just grab my couple couple other tools just so I have them. So here's everybody. So take one end, put it through the bead like that. Take one other one, put the other end through. Just like that. And you want to, I'm just going to sort of straighten it out. Now, one thing you can do with these ribbons, if you like it more flat and if it's super twisted, I like it twisted and I like it flat. I actually flatten them out like this and I put them on a towel and then I put a towel on top and then I iron it very lightly with the coolest iron ever. It's like barely on whatever the first number is. And I do it very lightly just to open it up a little bit. If you do it too much, it's just going to sizzle because it's silk. So you want to make sure it's very lightly done. So that's if you want to open it up a little bit. Don't press hard, okay? So here, I have this on like so. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it through, put the whatchamacallit, the ribbon through, just like that, so that it comes through like that. And then I'm going to put this one, I want this to come down like this. So it's through and down, and then through and down. See that? And I want to make sure that these guys are close to the edge, just like that. So this is the part that's going to go around your wrist. So here, just like that. And you'll be able to twist it and kind of get it into place. Actually, let me pop this one back through. I want this one through like that. Okay, so this is how we want it. So you're coming, each one is coming through and out, just like that. So, and these guys are on the side because you're going to come through again. So pick up your piece and you want to come, excuse me, you want to have to twist a little bit and come through the bead again. Now, if it's tight and you can't get it through, that's what this guy is for. You can just kind of give it a little push and then pull through, just like that. See? And then you want this one to come through. So if you need to give that one a little push, just give it a little nudge till it comes through, and you can sort of grab the end like that. Pull it through. Now before you get anybody tight, you want to just play with the cord to straighten it out, or not. I mean, you don't have to get crazy about it. Sometimes I'm a little bit like nutty when it comes to having everything perfectly straight, but it's a cord bracelet. It's it's not going to be it's pretty if it's kind of a little bit wonky. Just make sure your ends are pretty much the same size. So I'm holding my ends, you see, so my ends are about the same size, okay? And this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to straighten because I am a little bit nuts when it comes to that. And then I'm going to push it sort of close, as much as you like. And then I'm going to take one of my charms. So maybe I'll take this one, and I'm just going to slip it through. I'm going to open this up a little bit more. And I'm going to try to get it through around both ribbons. And that you might have to, the 12 millimeters should work. You should be able to get it around. Oops. If that happens, just put it back on. There you go. Right, and then I'm going to try that again. Compress it a little bit. It's time to cut your nails when they're in the way and you're trying to close a gem ring. Alright, so here you go. I got it on. I'm going to hold it with one side. Then I'm going to close it up just like that. I'm going to bring it around. Then I'm going to pull everybody tight. Just like that. Okay, so this is all I'm going to put on. You can put one on the other side. You can actually place them along, you know, the bracelet. Like you can put it here and just have it dangle. Yeah, let's see how that works. So I'll hold that one. You know, this is, you can put a knot. You can knot the cord before you put another one on. You know, you can do all kinds of stuff. So now I'm going to try to get it on. Now this is where you probably need, you know, somebody to help you tighten it. So you really hold, if you hold one end and then pull the other end, it should pull, you should be able to pull it tight. Just like that. Okay, then just kind of play with it a little bit. Then I'm just going to take this side, I'm going to wrap it around. Like that. Try to get it straight. There we go. I'm going to take this side, and this is where I have that charm on. Now you can, you know, the dangle, you can, like I said, put a knot before and after the dangle, and that way it'll stay in one place, or you can just leave it. So then I'm just going to wrap it around like that. Now I will definitely need my hubby, excuse me, to tie this for me. So there you go. That's what it looks like. I'm just going to hold it underneath. We're done. So here's your little dangle, Peyote Square dangle bracelet. Kind of cool, huh? I just think it's really pretty. Look at this cobalt blue. That's really quite a color, isn't it? All right, so I have a friend who loves this color, and I will probably give this to her. So here you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but just to teach the Peyote Square, I mean, it just takes a long time to teach it. I mean, if you were at a beading class, it would probably be an hour and a half. So actually, it wasn't too bad. All right, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.